character that I'm about to build today. Today's character, the character that is going to attend a school just for you, is a character that goes in the name of Sand. Sand is an entity, you can say. It doesn't have any parents, It just got created. It's just a soul that possessed like millions or even billions of particles of sand and turned that sand into a shape of a body so that it could be alive. Well, sand in the beginning, because it was just getting used to being a human, every time something poked at it, like let's say that sand, like every time something alive poked at it, like for example, let's say that an animal looked at it and the animal just looked at it and saw it as a threat, sand would basically, try and be like, oh, it's seeing me as a threat, I should try and lower myself, try and shapeshift so that it is satisfied. So every time something poked at it, when I say poked at it, what I imagine is basically these sand is standing in a like a beach. There's like a cave, but he's half outside, half inside. And there's sunshine, and there is also the sea, the beach, basically. And from the cave there are rocks, and the rocks seem to be alive because the rocks are like sharp rocks that grow into him, basically. And every time those rocks grow into him, he basically just lets the thing that is poking him get into him. Every time something pokes into it, something stabs it, it becomes soft and moves in the way that the thing that is stabbing it wants it to move. Until one day so many stones, sharp stones, formed and then grew and grew and grew that sand became nothing. All of the particles of the sand just were like everywhere. So basically it just became nothing again. It became something unalive again. And basically, when there's no body, sand is not a soul, it's just nothing. Just quiet. His personality is gone, nothing is there. Nothing is left of him. So, for a few days, they're just quiet. Until one day, instead of reacting to the pokings in a gentle way, by just listening to the thing that is stabbing it, and then every time something stabs it, it just listens to it and shapeshifts and stuff. It decides every time something pokes at it, it will be more rock-like, more hard, So it's like literally every time something stabs into it, he liquefies. But this time he goes, no. Every time something pokes at me, I'm going to solidify. Just like that, every time the rocks grew into one of the sand particles that formed him before, when he was alive, he solidified. Until one day he became full again. And now we have a character that always wants something to poke at him, always wants trouble, and always wants something to bother him just to solidify. Because without those things, he doesn't feel like he can solidify. Now, the idea behind this character is that, you know, um, when you're in your comfort zone, you are gentle. But when you start to try and get out of the comfort zone, if you are just a gentle little person, people are going to try to crush you. And some people, unfortunately, when they see other people trying to crush them, for some reason they empathize with the person that is trying to crush them, and then they just be like, okay, this person is trying to crush me, let me just let them crush me. Let me just let myself be nothing so that they're satisfied. But this character at some point was like, no, every time they judge me, I'm going to go even further. Whatever I was doing that they're judging, I'm going to do it even more every time they judge me, is what this character is doing. And yeah, so it's actually a good thing, as the character basically rising from a tragic thing that happened to them because of the way that they were. But in another way, it is starting to cause problems because now it basically needs something to poke at it, needs someone to judge or even hurt him, just for him to keep staying solid. Because he's scared of going back to the gentle himself, where he would let things shape him. But I mean, and these kind of people usually, they'll probably also struggle with love, because in love you do need to be gentle and then shift sometimes to make sure that the person that you're with is also happy. But if he tries to do that, he's scared that he will go back to the gentle himself and get crushed by everything around him again. This issue might go to self-harming, or he might just be the most problematic person in the whole classroom.